celebrating it today, because why not? As you can see, we've set the stage to celebrate not only our birthday girl, but also that legendary New York neighborhood, which you know and love well. It gives so much life to the city. Like old Blue Eyes says, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. And she did. Yep. She did, and then some. Well, speaking of people who know how to make things happen, Amanda wanted to acknowledge all the women who are always at the very heart of it and often never sleep, no matter what city they're in. Of course, we're talking about an audience filled with moms. That's right. Yay! All our mamas out there.
Wow. It really feels like the talk is taking a bite into the Big Apple today. So, Amanda,
yes.
why was having a Broadway theme for your birthday important to you?
Well, okay, so first of all, I just want to say huge thanks to our amazing crew. I mean, this set is insane. So fun to bring Broadway to the talk. You know, I did Broadway for 15, 16 years. It was my dream when I was a little girl, and you know, to move to New York at 18 years old and work on Broadway was an absolute dream come true, and it's still such a part of my life. You know, we were just in New York, and that kind of spawned the idea because it was so fun to be back in New York, especially with you guys. And so I was like, let's just do a Broadway-themed episode. And I've got, I have to give a shout-out. Hold on. I have very special family and friends here in the front row, right here, the front row, my family and friends. And we've got friends watching, you know, in Toronto. I got friends in Toronto watching, and I have my mom and dad, I'm sure, are watching. So I just want to say hi to everybody.
You are a true Broadway baby today on your birthday.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
Yes, baby, yes.
Amanda, it is so funny. I met you. You were a Broadway star, and it's so funny. I mean, now we work together here on this show, and it's like everyone sees Amanda on this show as a talk show host. But Amanda, I only see you as a Broadway star. Tell me, what is it like this photo here? You as a Rockette. What does it bring back?
Oh my gosh! I mean, the heart.
Careful! Don't talk.
Where are you in the lineup? Where are you in the lineup, Amanda? Are you the middle?
I was always in the middle because the tallest girls are in the middle. The Rockettes was possibly one of the hardest jobs I've ever done. I mean, I would do 5 shows a day at Radio City Music Hall. It's a steel stage. You work your little butt off, and it's all about perfectionism, right? So you can never step out of line.
Wow.
Amanda, I want to thank you because you, in terms of hierarchy on Broadway shows, and I have worked with you, you were at the top, and you were so kind to someone like me who knew nothing about dancing. I'm not kidding. You really pay it forward. You're a special person, and you deserve everything that's coming your way. You're so talented.
I'll never forget the day Jerry and I were rehearsing a show called Crazy for You, and it was Valentine's Day, and he brought roses to every girl in the show.
That is so sweet. That's Jerry kissing up.
No, I also did that because on Broadway, all the ladies were single, and I was like, these girls need some flowers today.
So I gotta ask, Amanda, would you ever go back to Broadway, and what would be your dream role?
Oh my gosh.
Breaking news.
Well, we have a very special guest here today, which I'm very excited to meet because I've never actually gotten to meet her. But it would be Adelaide in Guys and Dolls. That's my dream role ever since.
That would be amazing.
And I never say never. I learned that. Never say never. So you never know. That's my other
I'm just saying, Tom Brady came out of retirement, so, I mean, you could too. You could too.
But she's never retired. I mean, look, she could still do the high kick if we wanted her to. So,
Not in this.
Not in that dress. Don't worry, I got you on that. Hey, we are joined now by a true scene stealer. Her adorable son, of course, Elvis. Yay!
Oh, this is so cute. I just love Elvis. Hi, Elvis. Can I get a high five?
Yeah.
You guys actually just went on a mother-son field trip. Tell us about it.
Yes, you guys, I got to take Elvis to his first Broadway show, which was The Lion King. It's at the Pantages Theater right now.
Oh, my God.
And it was a surprise. He had no idea where he was going. This is something my dad used to do with us as a kid. He would put us in the car and say, you don't know where you're going, it's a surprise. And so I took Elvis on a surprise. And he had never even seen the movie. So, like, he did not know anything about The Lion King. And did you like it?
You
Yeah?
did?
Yeah? What was your favorite part?
Simba.
What?
Simba?
Simba.
You want the microphone?
Yes.
Ooh, you can sing now, Elvis.
What was your favorite part?
Simba.
What was it like for you to experience this performance through Elvis's eyes?
I mean, you know, it was so special. I mean, knowing that this is, you know, what I did, this is, you know, the career choice that I made where I met Nick on Broadway and now our little boy watching a Broadway show, it was really special. Yeah.
Elvis, can you growl like the lions you saw?
Yeah.
Let's do a growl. Go ahead.
No? Yeah, you can do it. Can you, what was your favorite song?
Simba.
No, I know, but what, I know, but what does
I like
Simba
him.
sing, that song? Can you say what song that is? No? Are you shy? Okay.
What was it? Awkward's got that down. You could do that. You could go on Broadway and do it.
Yeah, I think I might.
You guys, this is
so much fun. I know. What a fun place to be.
This is so fun to have you. Thank you for being here with us. You guys, this is a true story. When I was going to musical theater school in New York City, I was obsessed with the show 42nd Street. It was the Broadway revival. And they had student tickets for $20 that you could stand in line for and go, and they were in the front row. And I'm not kidding you, I went 10 times, sat in the front row, and dreamed of being one of those girls in that show. And Christine played Dorothy Brock.
Wow.
She was absolutely fantastic, and I will never forget you singing I Only Have Eyes for You on the staircase. Tell me about being a part of that show. I mean, 42nd Street means the world, because eventually I did the national tour, so that was so fun.
That's so
but
wonderful.
Wow.
Well, it kind of meant the world to me, too, because I started out on Broadway. I moved to New York when I was 20 years old, and then about 12 years later, I went to L.A. So I always dreamed of going back to Broadway, and so after 14 years in LA, I went back to Broadway, and that was really the first show that I did, the first musical that I did when I came back. And so it really, it was like a dream come true, really, because I had been away for so long, and it was such an incredible experience, an incredible company of actors, and so it was very, very important to me as well. Because really, when I got up there, I just thought, how did I get here? I just wanted to be a nurse. When I was growing up, that's all I wanted to do was be a nurse.
Yeah.
But then, you know, you realize that it's the community. It's the community of everybody that's involved in theater. It really is a team sport like no other. And you can't get there on your own. It's just, you know, it's for everyone that's involved.
Yeah.
Company, it's an amazing group of people. It's just like this one big happy family without the. Okay.
Christine, you've accomplished so much in your career. Is there anything that you're still like, there's one last thing that I'd love to do, or another thing you'd love to do?
Yes, that there is, and I get to do it. The day after my birthday, I got a call from Ted Sperling asking me to play Queen of the Fairies in Gilbert and Sullivan's Iolanthe at Carnegie Hall on May 3rd.
Oh, wow.
Hello?
You look gorgeous.
Thank you, so do you. Yay!
Hi.
Hugs and love and laughs all around as I got to reunite with my good friend Susan Stroman, who has been an important part of my life the last 15 years. We've worked on many shows together, including Bullets Over Broadway, where I met Nick. I auditioned for you 13 times.
I don't know. Should we start with this?
Before you hired me. No, but here's the thing. I look back on it now, and I know I can seriously remember all those times I wasn't ready yet. And then when I finally did get to work with you, then it was like no turning back. And then we did so much together, and now we are friends.
I'm so thrilled to be here. I watch the show all the time. And, you know, I'm so happy for you, man. And congratulations on everything.
Susan, or Stro, as she's affectionately called, is a Broadway legend. She's a 5-time Tony winner with countless hit shows, including the 2001 Mel Brooks smash, The Producers, starring Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick. The Talk is celebrating Women's History Month. You made history when you won a Tony for The Producers for choreography and directing. You were the first woman to ever do that. How did that feel?
That was an amazing night, I have to say. And working on The Producers was, you know, one of the highlights, you know, because it was so much fun. And working with Mel, who was unbelievably respectful the entire time, unbelievably collaborative. So it was thrilling. I'll never forget it.
And being, at that time especially, there's a quote that you say you were a lone woman in a man's business. And you said you often would dress yourself down to look more masculine because you felt like you couldn't be a woman in this business.
When I started, I thought I just better dress it down and wear a cap and not draw any attention to anything but my art. And now today, many women are in charge of the theater, but it's only been in the last, like, 10, 15 years that that's happened.
A lot of times on The Talk, we talk about women that inspire us or have inspired us or that we admire. I always say you. You have just been like a hero in my life. And you always say, it's my favorite quote, full out with great conviction.
Yes, I still say that. Full out with great conviction.
Where did that come from?
Well, that's because when you work on a production number or a scene, all of a sudden, you know, an actor can get inside himself and just be thinking about all the notes. And I think if you just yell, full out with great conviction, everybody goes. And they perform it.
Yeah.
And they absolutely perform. And then you see what's right and what's wrong. But yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, there was this day of Bullets Over Broadway rehearsals, and we were doing Tiger Rag. And I think we did it like 6 times in a row before lunch. And every time, full out with great conviction. Faster, faster.
I know.
Now this creative force is just days away from opening another big show. Hey, let's talk about your new Broadway show, New York, New York.
It celebrates New York in the best way. You know, it's a real Valentine to New York.
Come on, come through New York,
I feel like you love this city more than anything in the entire world.
I do. I love New York more than anywhere. And I do love to travel, but when that plane is coming back in and I see the skyline of New York City, it puts chills. I have chills now. I love this city so much and the theater community.
And it's that tight-knit community that rallied behind both Susan and me during our extremely difficult times of loss. One of the things I realized a lot when I was going through everything with Nick is how the Broadway community is beyond special. To bring song and energy to a time where it felt so low and lonely. How has theater also done that for you?
I was very lucky when I lost my husband that I was involved in the theater. You know, the theater is a life force. It's live and it's done for that particular audience every night. It's different every night. And so, you know, if one is going through something or grief of any kind, the theater can save you. Music can save you.
Yeah. Laughter can save you.
Laughter can save you.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing like the Broadway community. There's no other community like it. They give of themselves. Sitting there in the theater, it's like someone is giving you a big gift to fill your heart. I do believe that theater saved me.
Thank you so much.
Amanda, I love you.
Love you more. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
Happy birthday to This has nothing to do with anything, but Katharine and her husband David put out the most amazing Christmas album this past Christmas, and it is so good. So Christmas all year round, listen to her album. It's amazing.
Yes.
Your voice is like the best. Okay, so you and I first connected because of Waitress, the musical, which Nick was in.
Nick was in. He opened the show Waitress. He originated the role, and I actually closed the show in Waitress. So we have that connection. We met. I'm pretty sure you came backstage with Nick when I was doing the show.
Yeah.
And I remember both of you because you're both so tall and beautiful.
Very tall.
Very tall.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so, and then, of course, the pandemic, I started following you. Everyone was so inspired by how you were handling everything with such grace. And I just want to be your best friend.
Well, you are one of the nicest people in the entire world. I love being your friend. I remember leaving the show that day and being like, I feel like I could be her friend.
Didn't we all go out for drinks or something?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, it was so fun.
We did.
Well, I mean, come on. We both love to play tennis. We both have sons that play drums.
Yes.
And we both clearly like white.
I mean, clearly. Meant to be. What did Waitress mean to you? I mean, you got to do it on Broadway and then in London, too. Such an amazing show.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I ever expected. It was, I was actually doing a CBS procedural for 4 years called Scorpion, and it was okay, but we weren't sure we were going to get another. We thought we were going to get another season, and so in between, I was going to do my first Broadway show, and I had no idea Scorpion would end. I would continue doing Waitress and then opening it in London, and then they had me come back and close the show. I had no idea that, like, my first Broadway show would be such, just such a long journey for me. And also the story that Jenna gets to tell every night about getting pregnant, being in this miserable relationship and not thinking that she wants to be a mom or could be a good mom, and then becoming a mom a year or something later. It's just the most beautiful story. And I'm even more tickled with myself looking back at that I got to play it being a mom.
And now you're a mom? Yeah. I bet.
But
honestly, it's definitely, I mean, my husband's a musician, so David has like a working understanding of, a working understanding of every, wait, am I saying that right?
Instrument.
Thank you. Of every instrument. So I think he gets it from his dad.
Well,
actually, I know so.
Yeah, and we actually have a video because this is impressive. Take a look.
He's so good.
We think it's so, like, we're laughing. We laugh because we just sit there, we're like, and then we're like, oh no, you lost it there, buddy, go back. But we're already like, oh no, we're putting pressure on him.
I'm like, calm it down a minute. You're doing great.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, no, it's just so cute. He's starting to learn his words, so he's like, bass drum, hi-hat. So cute.
But you just mentioned your husband, David Foster, and you're currently out on tour together. As a matter of fact, next week you'll be in Manila.
We're
together.
He's in Japan right now. I'm flying. I don't know. I'm just taking the baby as many places as I possibly can. It's like a 14-hour flight. Everyone thinks I'm insane, but we're going to take him just because, well, we can before he's in school. And we have 5 shows there, and then we do like East Coast, and we know like we can't tour around forever together because like other things are going to come up. And but right now, while Rennie's young, we're really enjoying it, and the shows are so fun because we basically just like poke fun at each other and make inappropriate jokes.
But so you're taking the baby. So which one of you packs more luggage, you or your husband?
Oh, my husband does not know how to pack lightly. It's so, and he said, I'm finally starting to learn from you because I get something that I like to call cluster anxiety, clutter anxiety. Like if there's too much stuff, you get into like a little hotel room and then all your stuff is everywhere. So I'm really actually pretty good at packing as little as possible. But he is like, oh, I'm learning you don't have to bring like 14 t-shirts and 5 pairs of jeans and then
he's
of course,
a just-in-caser.
He's a just-in-caser. And I'm like, oh, oops, I forgot that. Better go to the store. Go shopping.
That's me.
Oops, I forgot, so that's on purpose.
Yeah, maybe.
You always end up coming home with more luggage is the only problem.
Just a little.
shopping.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Well,